that the BJP has effected these changes, because then they think that they are in the fight.
The BJP has only focused on winnability. They, of course, conducted several surveys, reviews, their internal surveys.
The list that the Aam Aadmi Party has come out with are people who know how to fight elections.
What's the message the BJP is given with this 195 list, especially in a place like Delhi where 4 of the 5 sitting BJP candidates have been dropped?
Well, as far as the BJP is concerned, if you look at that entire list of 195, Rajdeep, the focus is purely on winnability. There's not much pruning that's happened in that list. Only 33 sitting MPs out of 195 that they've declared so far have been dropped. The BJP has only focused on winnability. They, of course, conducted several surveys, reviews, their internal surveys. They took feedback from the people, from the Namo app, from their own surveyors on the ground, from their own union ministers who'd been asked to go in and, of course, sit down with all of these, booth level workers, get a sense from the ground. Union ministers who didn't hail from that state, they were very particular. So you would send a union minister from, say, a Madhya Pradesh to a Bengal and get a sense of, how the parliamentarian is working on the ground. So you basically tried and did as much of independent investigation as you could. And then, of course, you had that table. But eventually, when the target is 370 for the party and 400 plus for the alliance, then you have to focus on winnability and whatever the factor is.
But sorry to push you, but are you telling me that out of 4 out of the 5 BJP candidates who are new faces in Delhi were not seen as winnable any longer? Meenakshi Lekhi, Union Minister, Parvesh Verma being projected as a potential future leader of Delhi, Harshvardhan, of course, veteran leader. Is the BJP saying they didn't see them as winnable, or they just want to effect change wherever possible, continuity with change?
No, they definitely did not see them as winnable. Like I said, if you set a high target like 370, you have to ensure wins across as many constituencies as you possibly can. The last time round, you had 437 candidates. You won 303. This time you've set a target for yourself of 370 all by yourself. It's a huge target. So winnability is the only factor. So that is what the BJP has focused upon. And this time around in Delhi, at least, you had a sense of the competition already, with the Aam Aadmi Party at least declaring their share of the seats as far as, their Delhi share is concerned in alliance with the Congress party. So you have a sense of the competition. You've got the feedback from the ground, and you've decided to effect changes in order to ensure you win.
Okay. Preeti, is it as simple as that, winnability, or is it because Delhi is among those states which is seeing a change in the political arithmetic compared to 5 years ago? You've got Aam Aadmi Party with the Congress, so the BJP is conscious of the fact that the challenge is very different in Delhi compared to 5 years ago.
Well, the challenge is different, but even if you look at what was 5 years ago, Rajdeep, but collectively the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress didn't have the kind of vote share that the BJP had on its own. But I'll tell you what's going on in the back end of it, where at least the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress is strategizing. They're actually thrilled that the BJP has effected these changes, because then they think that they're in the fight. Because there's a psychological factor as well, to the Lok Sabha elections. And they think in terms of the Lok Sabha elections, Aam Aadmi Party per se has gamed the list right, because they were the first one to come up with it. The Aam Aadmi Party announced their candidate for the 4, because the split between Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party is 4:3. They announced their list first. And now when they're looking at the contest that is going to take place, and I'll give you an example. Let's look at the high-profile constituency of New Delhi, where, the president, the prime minister, the judges, everyone votes from.
I live there.
Okay, you live there, same here. But having said that, but that aside, so in that you have a Somnath Bharti, who's a 3-time MLA, a lawyer himself, facing off with someone who's never won an election but comes with the legacy of Sushma Swaraj, Bansuri Swaraj, who's also a lawyer. Here they actually think that Somnath Bharti could actually give her a fight in this election.
Delhi, therefore, is one of those areas which is seeing plenty of political flux. Last time the BJP dominated it. They won all 7 seats here, and by comfortable margins. But with the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress tying up, some of those equations could change, and that might explain why the BJP has also put up new faces to arrest any potential anti-incumbency also that might exist on the ground, also freshen up the party ahead of Vidhan Sabha elections that are not too far away.